Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Clay the Carpenter Guida here out at the 2021 Mr. Olympia Fitness Expo in Orlando, Florida, and you're watching MSTV. OldSchoolIron.com presents Muscle Sport Media's coverage of 2022 Arnold Classic, and we are here day one, Friday of the Expo. And who do I run into but an old friend, Dan the Beast Severn.
The only.
One and the only. We've had many interviews even going back, I believe, probably like 2005 or so at the Philly MMA show.
Okay, I thought you were talking strictly about the Arnold Classic. I said the Arnold Classic has been going for, I think, over 30 years, yes.
First time I interviewed you, I believe, was at that Philly MMA show. We still do some work together through a common friend, Tim Tibbs, does a lot of things.
Yes. I still say, Tim, I get probably email or text message from him almost on a daily basis, yes.
I promote Tim's shows. We cross-promote each other. He's always talks great things about you. I love seeing you at the Arnold.
A straight shooter there.
You vote.
Some people can't handle the truth, but that's all you're going to get from me.
Fuck the people that can't handle it. You've always been like that, and you being here at the Arnold, I think is a great thing because it's not just bodybuilding. It's always been everything, and you've been in so many different things, martial arts, wrestling, and everything. How is it being at a show like this where it's more than bodybuilding? A lot of things mixed together in one big expo.
Well, again, for the sheer fact that the last 2 years there hasn't been an Arnold Classic. We've been living in strange times is probably a very kind way of putting it. I'll say more of lack of leadership type times, but anyway, there hasn't been an Arnold Classic in the last couple of years, and the fact that this one is open, it's open to spectators coming in. They actually have the trade shows taking place. I mean, I have not had a chance to walk around here very much, but based on the line I saw coming in here, they're going to have a nice turnout. It's a 2-day event, whereas before I think it was up to 4 days, but I think it's a nice re-entry world, and like you said before, we're underneath one roof. Bodybuilding is what it was all started on, but the fact is, you name the athletic event and it will be taking place here with some form of competition, whether it be cheerleading or wrestling or powerlifting or strongman contest, you name it, it's all taking place.
Your sign says, ask me about toxic masculinity, so I'm going to do the hack reporter thing and ask you about it.
I'll just say, toxic masculinity is simply the name of a podcast, because in today's political realm of things, what's the worst thing in the world in the United States? Well, it happens to be a crusty old white guy that has a job that identifies as still being a man. Wow.
Sounds like us.
Oh, I know. And again, I just tell people, as I said earlier, we're living in strange times. I go, if you need to get straightened out, maybe you need to simply just tune into Don and Dan's Toxic Masculinity.
And your co-host, I heard before, but I want you to say.
But okay, Don Fry, it's like, yep. Don, again, another mustachio man, but at least my mustache is groomed. His is. You need to take a bush hog to his mustache. I think I found a sandwich in it there the other day. He's got such a burly thing. But it's a lot of fun that we do, because all we do is we simply tell the truth. Yeah. Isn't that novel? And what are all of our other media doing? Are they telling us the truth?
They're jerking us all off, Dan.
Based on, if you watch this network, they say one thing. If you listen to this network, it's totally the opposite. Who's telling us the truth and who's lying to us? There was a point in time that your news media was held responsible and liable for what came out of their mouth. And now that is no longer the case. So I tell people, yeah, sure, Don and Dan here, we're here to entertain you in a brutal sort of way.
It's a great team because you guys are two legends of the MMA world, great fighters. Where can people find the podcast so they can check it out?
All you can do is just tune in to, just if you type in either Don and Dan, toxic masculinity, and I'm sure all kinds of stuff will pop up. You can actually even ask Siri to find it for you.
She might take offense to it, though.
Well, you never know. I don't know who Siri identified with this morning either.
Any website you want to plug?
I mean, I'll simply just plug DanSevern.com. You can find all my other social media outlets where my Facebook pages are, things of that nature. You'll see that on there, but DanSevern.com, and I don't know if Don has his website up and running properly because it'd be underneath either Don Fryer or the Predator or something like that.
Definitely check out Dan and Don's Toxic Masculinity, and it's great seeing you again here at the Arnold, Dan. Thanks so much.
Well, hopefully we'll do this yet again in another few years down the road.
Next year. I don't want to wait a few years. One at a time.
Very good.
Thank you.
Yeah, Joe's really cool. He rocks me all the time. Rocks my award, and I just absolutely love him.
MuscleGear.us booth right here. The last day at the Arnold. We're here with Ron Bolle and Ness. Ron, you got some hotties working here. Tell us. Talk a little bit about what's going on, and then go ahead and get Nay on the camera.
Well, Ron Bolle here again for Muscle Sport Magazine. I'm got my new media marketing director right here, Ness, and she is a whiz on the internet. I mean, from videos to stories to Instagram story, whatever. She's going to be handling all of our digital media. So I want to have her talk to you a little bit and say where we're headed with our new brand.
All right, thank you so much, Ron. First of all, yes, my name is Ness. I am the marketing director for Muscle Gear. So excited to be here. I'm also a promotional model. So I got a lot of background in video and modeling and putting things together. So I'm so excited to be a part of Muscle Gear. I've known Ron for about 10 years.
Has it been 10 years?
It's been 10 years.
Oh.
We've had so many projects we've done together, but this one I'm so excited to be a part of, to make it bigger and better and bolder for 2022 and beyond.
Well, thank you, Nate. And what's your plans for coming up for the future for Muscle Gear? What are you planning on doing?
I think I want to focus on the IG, the Facebook, add more content, let people know what kind of designs we have, get some models and do maybe a little fashion show, put some things together, let everybody know what we're selling and push to the website, all right? And if you want to learn more about me, www.nayness.com. That's one word, NAYNESS.com. Anything else, Ron?
Do you have all your contact information on your website?
Everything's on my website, but if you want to go straight to my IG, it's NAY.NESS. I'm trying to stay consistent on all platforms, okay?
Okay, baby doll. We love having her. She is a phenomenal person, and she's just one down-to-earth model, and we couldn't be happy to have her on board.
Thank you
After
so much.
8 years, right?
10!
10! Oh my God!
10 years.
I say 8, if I talk 2 years off my age. But anyway, so please stay tuned. Go to your Instagram feeds, hit her up, hit Muscle Gear up. Definitely hit Muscle Sport Magazine up. Follow his videos, his podcasts. This guy knows everybody. And if you want to know anything about bodybuilding, Mr. Joe knows that. All right? So thank you very much, and have a great day. And contact Muscle Gear. Bye.
Bye.
Joe Pietà, Muscle Sport Media here with your USFL Extra Point Week 2 edition. Friday Night Lights in the USFL. Michigan Panthers at New Jersey Generals. Now, the Generals use their 2-quarterback system very well here. Panthers, Shea Patterson, they're going with him. They got Paxton Lynch on the bench. Now, listen, Paxton Lynch, obviously this guy has talent. He was a first-round draft pick of the Denver Broncos not that many years ago. Obviously, he didn't succeed, and he's been bouncing around since then. Now he hasn't even been able to get on the field. But Patterson actually played a pretty good game. The problem with that was that the Generals' front line had him running all over the place, even when they were just rushing 3 guys. This game was not decided until the last play of the game, but they were up by 4. And they also had their kicker again, who was 1 of 3 in opening week, was 1 of 2 here. So Generals might be looking at some kickers this week. We'll see what happens. The next game, Saturday afternoon game, Pittsburgh Maulers at Philadelphia Stars. Pittsburgh looked really bad in opening week. A lot better showing by the Maulers this week, even though they did lose the game. This was an exciting game. That was a lot of back and forths. Josh Love, the quarterback for the Maulers, had a nice game. He was able to really get that ball into some tight coverage, but the Philly Stars end up on top of the Maulers to even their record out. 33-28, the home team comes out on top. This one started out with a pick 6. Birmingham goes up 7-0. After a field goal, Houston gets their own pick 6, goes up 9-7. So now we're starting to see this back and forth type of battle between these two clubs. Stallions get a first quarter field goal, take a 10-9 lead. The first drive of the second quarter, Houston goes down the field and makes it 15-10. Gamblers back in the advantage. Both teams then exchange field goals at the half. 18-13. Gamblers in the lead. Stallions come out on fire after the break out of the locker room. Both possessions, their first 2 possessions, back-to-back scores give them a 19-18 lead in the third. Birmingham puts 6 more on the board, 26-18, before Houston finally answers with a field goal after a big gain, got them in a good field goal range. 26-21 heading into the final stanza. Stallions 65-yard touchdown, 21-33. Looks like the Stallions got something going on now, but Houston is not done just yet. 2 plays in on their next possession, answer that touchdown with a 44-yard touchdown of their own, 33-28, only trailing by 5 points with plenty of time left. About 2 minutes to go. Quarterback Clayton Thorson of Houston pulls off a great scramble, gets out of the pocket, takes it down to the right sideline on 4th and 10 for a 12-yard gain. 2, keep the drive alive, but unfortunately, later in the drive, he threw his 3rd pick of the game, and that was all she wrote for the Houston Gamblers. And in the final matchup of Week 2, Blowout City, Kyle Slaughter, quarterback of the New Orleans Breakers, had an amazing first drive. He drives his team down the field, sneaks it in for a rushing touchdown. He also had 2 passing touchdowns and 266 yards passing. Just a complete one-sided 34-3 affair over the Tampa Bay Bandits, who fall to 1-1. So Breakers 2-0, Bandits 1-1. Let's see what happens in Week 3.
Michael Ashley,
Tony Freeman.
you're watching MSTV.